What up, y'all? Keith again. I got just a little bit of time. Got some caster camera plates I can put on. Alright, I've already started jacking the car up, but I haven't yet. I got to pop the wheels off real quick. I'm going to do one side at a time, so I'm going to do one wheel at a time. Shouldn't take too long. It's pretty straightforward. I'll explain some of it as I go. Car jacked up, wheel off first. Car's up, wheels off. I have an extra jack underneath the brake rotor, as you see. Why? Because I'm going to take this shock tower bolt loose here. That is going to release the shock to fall down. And it will fall rapidly, I promise you. So, be prepared for that. Stick a little junk jack up underneath there so it doesn't go flying out. We'll do that next. This bolt coming off. Alright, top nut off. Here's what I had before. An old piece that I had there. On my pry bar / screwdriver. I put this rubber isolator in there, and remember before, in another video, I cut down the spacer here. I cut like 1/8 of an inch off it or something, just so I could get the strut to go up in the space. Wouldn't do it before. So, this is off. That's useless. Now we're going to take these 3 bolts off. I don't know if I have the right size socket. I want to say it's an oddball size, like 13/16 or something weird. Like an 18, yeah, it's just like an 18 millimeter. I don't even have an 18 millimeter, so I have to break out a wrench every time. It's hella annoying. Yeah, that 19's too big. That's stupid. Alright, well, I'll get a wrench and we'll take them off. Alright, here's the top plate off. This was underneath the car. It was on the underside of the shock tower. This is the old rubber isolator that fit on the bottom of that. Gone like the wind. Alright, everything's laid down at the moment, not attached. So now we will put on our lower plate for this camber kit here. Caster camber kit. UPR, give me a second here to get my hand straight. Alright, let's see how long it takes the camera to fall. Plates go in. Alright, then our bearing goes on, which will go on our strut. And then this goes over top of that, like so. It looked very cool and worked very well. So I'm going to just snug these on there for a second so that I can use my hands to get the strut back up through. Oh, I've got new bolts, I bet. Yeah, I do. Totally forgot about these. Correct hardware. Even out of the way of the camera there. Yeah. You can't even see what I'm doing. So these little isolators here actually go underneath this plate that's on top of them, which gives them the ability to slide and move. And these nuts are too big for these new bolts. They're a different thread pattern, but they came with the correct hardware. So I'm put those on real quick. Anyway, this is how it assembles. That moment when you talk and it didn't record. So these are the 2 spacers for the top of the strut. Comes with it. Each side has 2. There's another spacer here that I've already slid on. This here. Slides down on the strut on top of the little bearing there. It'll slide up through there. 2 spacers go on. Then our nut goes on. Tighten it down, then we're done. See if we can capture any of this on video. I'm beginning to think no. But hey, whatever. Don't say I didn't try. My damn 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You actually need this to hold the top of the strut still so it doesn't spin on you. It'll go a little before it spins. I've already got it on there a little. So then you go anymore. try to do this where I can see it. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Something I noticed when I was taking these off, the original ones, they were extremely tight to get off. Well, I would normally fuss about that. Whatever. It's all good. It won't fall off, right? It's tight. If you're ever in need or worrying if you got it right, 2 Ugga-Duggas. Always go 2 extra Ugga-Duggas, right? Oh, Lordy. All right. I'm just making sure that's good and straight. This little bushing has to slide up in there as it's supposed to. Feels like it did. Not like 10,000,000% sure or anything, but you know, barely close. With like, so it needs to slide out toward the finger to get the most positive camber you can. I'm just kind of guessing on this just to see. You won't really see it until the engine's in, because the engine really weighs things down. And you can really see the difference once that's in. That's when I noticed it. Aha! It'd be nice to have an extension. Oh wait, I do. Duh. No. About 2 Ugga-Duggas there. Standard unit of measurement for me. Alright, then we have these 2 bolts here, which control the caster, the movement from front to back on the strut, which can affect handling. You know how much handling matters to me on a car that goes straight? You guessed it, not that much. So I'm just going to tighten these down in the middle where I feel like they are at the normal setting, if there is such a thing. Find the right socket. There we go. The most normal setting, which would be in the middle. I got them right about in the middle there. Maybe not perfectly, but close. It's all getting taken back off eventually anyway, right? And that's how you install a UPR Caster camber kit. Fairly simple, I think. I'm going to put the wheel back on, lower it back down, and we'll see the positive camber on this side as opposed to the negative camber on that side. Alright, if you just follow the body line of the car here, as I narrow up here, and you can see the back of the fender, and it starts to disappear, and all you can see is the front of the fender. You can see exactly how much negative camber is in this wheel. A lot. You know what I mean? That's the problem that we had with the original suspension setup. Just too much negative camber. It would have been really bad tire wear. And I'm going to actually drive this car some, so I wanted something better than that. It's the whole purpose of the Caster camber plates. You can get away with it if you don't lower it much. But the more you lower it, the farther down you go, the more issues you're going to have with this. So now we'll go look at the other side. Alright, I'll do the same thing here. We'll narrow it up. Narrow it up, and you see much less of the tire. Much less. And that's just a quick visual as Zoe makes an appearance. What up, Zoe? Much less of an appearance for the tire sticking out. So, hopefully this solves our camber issue. We'll know when we put the LS back in. And maybe I should do that real quick. I don't know. I don't have time right there in a moment. I just had a couple minutes. So, there's your difference. And that's how you do it. So, we'll get this uploaded in a little while. All right, y'all guys know the routine. Same old, same old. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We're all doing it together, y'all. We're going to learn together. One step at a time. Let's make it as enjoyable as we can for everybody. Sound good? Good. All right. Head back to the house, give me something to eat. Ain't ate all day. I'll finish this up later. No rush. Got some other stuff I want to do anyway in a little bit. So we'll see you guys next time. Watch these videos. Let me get my head out the way. Now, watch these videos. Peace.